to action. Insights alone won't move the needle, action does. Epiphany to action is the podcast for executives, entrepreneurs, and decision makers who don't just want to think about change, but let it.
Welcome to a new episode of From Epiphany to Action. Beloved, this week we are starting with an amazing topic, and it's why am I so tired? So tired of doing everything right. And you know me long enough. I'm Aisha. You know that I'm an entrepreneur, a mother, a spiritual warrior for a long time, my whole life. And you know what? I started my companies with a little money. And until today, I knew what to do to create more revenue. So today I'm taking you with this amazing pleasure in my heart since a long time. I mean, like, I have missed you. I missed you from the whole summer. And now I'm going to enjoy this moment with you. This topic of today is something that's coming from the moments that I had in my life. And I call them the WTF moments. You know what I mean? So these moments are the moments of the biggest epiphanies in my life. They brought me to the, oh my God, I've got to do this. And everybody knows, you're watching me for a long time already, that this podcast is meant to inspire you, to give you just that spark. So you can get into action. From epiphany to action, that is what we're going to do. And understand, this season is a season that I'm starting very, very easy, but we're going in depth. I've done a lot of changes, and as you see, I'm in a studio. I'm very glad. I'm thankful for that. Divinely orchestrated, and I'm so glad as well to be able to be doing this like how I'm doing it right now. It doesn't mean that it stops here. There's a lot of new things coming, and I'm going to share it with you after this episode. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, because if we start looking at the situation where we are living right now, you have to get real for yourself. I think you are. Have you ever looked at your life, your personal life, your business life? We have a professional life. We just wake up in the morning, we do our routine, and then we go to work, isn't it? We just go there, we put our efforts out there, and you expect something back. The success you get, the systems that is already prepared for you, the achievements that you want to accomplish. And still, when you get all of that, you get tiredness as bonus. Because, you can start doing it even if it's your passion. Even if it's your passion, you love it. Because I love what I do. I love what I do. But somehow, you get tired. You get tired because you have to focus. You have your employees. You have yourself. And if you have, you have children, you have your wife, it's not a headache. It's not a headache. If you have your husband, might be a headache. I'm just kidding. You know what it is. So that's because maybe you might be a little less aligned with what you want to achieve. And that means that you are putting more effort, more energy in it. It's great. But do you want to keep doing it like that? More effort, asking more of your soul. Because if you think left or right, you are putting energy, but it's coming from your soul, it's coming from your heart. You're moving forward with passion. You have your people around you, or maybe you're doing it alone. It's okay. And I'm telling you, I started alone long ago, and I'm doing it again because you know my story. I'm not going inside this story for another day. But knowing that you can start again means that you have to do everything to not to be in misalignment. Okay, let me just keep moving. Otherwise, it will be an hour of podcast, and I just want to give you 30 minutes today. Okay, so when the soul is misaligned with your purpose, let's start there. That's the energy that you really don't want to put out there. Let me explain. We have a certain amount of energy we organize around ourselves, but it starts from inside out. Never start from outside. That's what we think. It's told to us that you got influenced from outside, but take a moment to think about that because it's not the outside that makes you happy. It's you yourself from inside. If you're happy with yourself, and that's there I come again with the topic of self-love. If you love yourself, hey, I'm not finished. I'm just starting. If you love yourself and the happiness you carry inside, that's your catalyst. That's what's going to push you forward. That's what's going to help you, get so much more done with a little effort. And then we come in the alignment piece. Let's get into a personal reflection. Let me take you back. There were seasons in my own personal life, and I can't say I just finished. You're never finished of evolving. You get challenges because you can have that challenge. You don't get any challenge in your life that you cannot afford to solve. That's not going to help you at the end. Every challenge you get in your life is divinely given to you so you can develop yourself. You can go through that growth process and evolve at the end. These are all topics that I'm going to tune in during this season. So stay with me. I'm just giving you a little bit today so you get something to work with. Let me carry on. So there were seasons in my life where things were looking amazing. I had, especially, and I'm still having it, but I'm just taking you to the period where it was very, very difficult. I had it all figured out. I got all the applause. I got all the opportunities speaking locally, outside. Clients are, rolling in and all those kind of things. But in my personal life, things were happening. Heavy things were happening. And I was doing everything I could for not to let the world know what is going on in my personal life. So I was working very, very hard to put band-aid on all those cracks in my life, trying to align everything from outside in. So you, as my audience, don't have to ask yourself what's going on with Aisha. She's not looking good. You know that? So I didn't want you to have this kind of worry. I only wanted you to see that I'm standing there powerfully, giving what I wanted to give to you as a leader that I am for you or anybody else, as a role model. And that's the thing that you have. Maybe you're going through it, but that is where I come from. So I got all the applause, but inside I was collapsing. I was breaking down, my energy depleting. You couldn't see it at my face because I have always this smile. Thank you so much. So with this smile, behind the smile was the sadness, the deepest sadness. I went through hell and back. I mean, like 1,000 times until I bent into what I was feeling and how I had to accept that I have to go down and work on that part of my life. It wasn't easy. I had to look for the alignment of everything in my life. So I took very serious decisions. As you know, if you are walking this path with me for a long time, you know what I've been through. And I'm not saying the process was easy. It wasn't easy. It was one of the heaviest thing to be married, get through the divorce, and then start it again. But today I can say because I went inside and I did the work, the shadow work, every kind of work that you can imagine. I did it, but it doesn't mean that I'm there yet. But I'm so glad that I'm so high in my energy today, that I'm so in alignment with what I'm doing. And that is the treasure that I want to give to you today. So, going through the shift, you don't have to be. It's scary, I can understand, but it's making you more tired if you stay in that same situation. So, today I want to share also 3 epiphany moments driven shifts that helped me move from the situation where I was, from exhaustions, to embody this leadership that I'm embodying today. And as I said, leadership, maybe if you have heard my other episodes, leadership is not something you burn. Of course you have burned. You're burned for it. You're ready. I'm burn ready, that they say. But when you are a leader, it takes you to a path that you cannot imagine. It's not only getting out of your comfort zone, it's also going through the fire. Okay? So, going through my fire, I got a lot of epiphany moments, and it all started with the WTF moments, because it wasn't like, you get a challenge and you go past it and so on. No. That was moments that I said, what up? The fertilizer is happening here. And then I had to guard myself from the ground and stand up again. So the first shift I have for you is your calendar needs to match your nervous system. You won't believe it, but when you are in those places and you want to wake up, you want to stand up again, get into your power, get things done, it's easier saying when you say it than when you have to take action through to it. Okay? So before you get that, you have to calm your nervous system. If your days are filled with things that drain you, because even if you're going through your process, you might still having things going on in your life that drains your energy. So if you're still having these kind of things in your lives, it might be people, it might be situations, it might be anything that's draining your energy, I have to take a little bit of water. Guys, I have a great team in the studio today, so I'm getting a little bit of water. So thank you so much for the water. So if you have all these things that's draining your energy, depleting your energy, you're not leading. You are leaking. And be aware, now I'm telling you, be aware that leaking energy means that you are getting exhausted. You are getting tired. Okay? So work on that. When I got that epiphany, I moved on. So the second shift that I had is, as you know, self-love. Self-love isn't a spa day. Sometimes we think it's just a spa day. Doing the nails, the toes, massage. That's of course, that's the cherry on top. But the biggest work is the structure. How to protect your energy? How are you organizing to protect your energy? Let me take my glasses away. It's how you price even your services, because even those kind of things can make you exhausted. Okay? It's how you connect with others. How are you building your relationships? Which kind of people are you looking for to have around you? Your inner circle, are they giving you room to hold on to yourself, to love yourself? Are they pushing you to, self-care, to do the self-care that you need to do for yourself first? Because if you have love for yourself out of that abundance, it's the only way you can give. If you don't have that abundance inside, tell me, what are you going to give to anybody, to anything? You wouldn't. It's not able. You wouldn't be able to do such a thing. Okay? So be real to yourself as well. So learn to say no. Learn to say no. Because if you don't learn to say no, okay, it will catch you up. The third shift. What serves you the most to keep your inner peace? Because with your inner peace, you can move on. You can get everything calm. Okay? But it starts within. Can't start without. You might be seeing what's happening outside there, but it's you from inside out, the one that have to do the job. But it have to start from a place of peace, of calm. So only doing that, you can profit of anything you have. When you center your peace, people experience the best of you. Self-love isn't a cute concept. It's the container for everything, okay? Everything that is sustainable. Real life scenario for everyone is what I'm going to share with you at this moment in time. I've been working with a client who was running a six-figure brand company. It was a full-time business, online presence, and you know, when you are busy building a six-figure company, it asks a lot from you. Shift. Number three, especially for you, what serves your peace will serve your profit. The inner peace that you create and cultivate for yourself is very, very important to keep doing and performing like how you want to do. So when you center your peace, okay, people experience the best of you anytime you are in that state, in a state of mind, in that state of being. And that's a very, very important part of self-love. And self-love isn't a cute concept. Okay? It's not a concept for we do a little bit of it. You go all into loving yourself deeply from within. It's the container. Self-love is the container of everything that's sustainable in your life. Remember that these are the three shifts that I have that I can share with you today. And this worked for me. I can guarantee you, if you just use these three, you have to see and experience a difference in your life. So sharing this part with you, I'm going to give you an example from what I had with a client once. She was building a six-figure company, and brand was there, and she wanted to build it, to make it from 6 to 7. She had a full team, had an online presence, amazing, and yet she was crying every week in silence. Nobody knew. And when she came to me and telling me her story, I felt like I was, it was me, because I was in that situation back then. She didn't know, but I had to be in my power to help her. So I stand by her side, helping her moving things forward, not because she was willing to be in that state, but because she had succeed while she chose to abandon herself. So, of course, she loved herself, but not that deep to choose for not to be drained like that, not to be crying in silence because she was feeling tired, she was feeling alone, loneliness. And when you're building these kind of companies, they say it's lonely at the top, but I can tell you, it's before you get to the top, you are having a long way feeling alone. Especially when you don't have people that align with you as a C-level director, manager, doing your thing as a creator. If you don't have anyone to align with, it could be, and for a lot of us, a very lonely path. Might be for a long time or a short time, but you feel it. And when you are there, it's on you to make the choice for a shift. You are the only one who can do it. There's nobody else that can do it for you. So, what we did together, we shifted just 3 things in her life. We went to be clearer with her energy boundaries. Because, when you are at the position doing everything, you just want to do it yourself. Even though you have a team, you want to be on top of your game. So you want to be informed, you want to be knowing what's moving, what's not moving, to take action on time, and so on and so ever. So she needed to put her boundaries clear for everybody, starting with her calendar, with her schedule. Yes. And she had to reconnect to her why. Why was she doing what she was doing at that point in her life, in her business? And daily practices that we created together to center herself first, to get that nervous system calmed down, and before we could get into the strategy that helped her create more revenue, smarter, not harder. She needed those kind of things. She needed to stop on time before she got the real burnout, because she was close, very close to a burnout. So that's when her joy returned, when she started to put the boundaries for herself. Okay? So these are the things I can share with you today about that. And before closing, I want to get to my affirmations. I'm going to give it to you, but first, before I go, remember that you have one body. You have only you. You cannot count on other people. You are the one who have to live the life, to carry on, to be the leader, to show off, to be there, but taking care of yourself. Okay? Of self-love. So let's get into the affirmations. So the first one I have for you is, I release what drains me and return to what fuels me the most. My peace is not a luxury. My peace is my leadership. This is the first one for you. I guess I let you behind with this. Only one. Next week, you get the other one from me. For now, I have to say goodbye. And remember, look into your schedule. Your energy boundaries is important. Keeping your peace, and do this affirmation. Take your time, 10 minutes for yourself during the day. It might be 3 times a day. Take your time to do it well, because it's you, it's for you. You are the only one. You're important. Don't forget that you're important. Without you, the whole ship won't move forward. Okay, let's be honest, it can move without you. But you are the leader. A ship without a captain is not going to finish right. Okay? So, do whatever you need to do to replace all that's draining you. Okay? Go inside. Self-love is key. Stay in your feminine power, your masculine power. Get into the balance in there, because it's all you have, and because it's also very important to take care of yourself. And know that you can only move forward if you are fully connected to your essence. Okay? So next week, I'm back with a new episode. Stay with me. And during the week, I have some great news coming up. Stay tuned to the channel. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm still on LinkedIn. I'm trying and doing my best. You can find me on TikTok as well. And there I share not only my content, I share also content of other creators with a lot of knowledge from with different topics, very, very important themes that I think that will help you, that will inspire you to get to these epiphany moments. And don't forget, your WTF moments doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can bridge it with energy. You can bridge it to the, oh my God, I can use this. I can do this, and I'm the only one at this point. Remember, you have only one moment in time to bringing the change into somebody else's life. So if this episode touches you anyway, I'm asking you a favor, share it, like it, because we can help each other. And this is the easiest way to do it. Okay? Stay with me. Stay with the nicest and sweetest energy of loving kindness and know that you are needed and that we are waiting for you next week. Okay? Bye.